Hello everyone, I am Dr. Neha Goyal and my subject name is Knowledge and Curriculum. The topic for today is National Curriculum Framework 2005. National Curriculum Framework 2005. NCF 2005 gives the framework for preparing syllabi, textbooks and teaching methods for school education in India. It is divided into five main sections. First is perspective. It proposes four guiding principles for curriculum development: connecting knowledge to life outside the school, ensuring that learning shifts away from rote methods, enriching the curriculum so that it goes beyond textbooks, making examinations more flexible. It addresses the challenge of quality in a system that seeks to reach every child, the exclusive triangle of equality, quality, and quantity. Second area is learning and knowledge. This part focuses on the child learning and its methodologies. It focuses on making the child an active participant by asking questions on what they learn and make them to explain their learning experiences in their own words, thus improving their memory and the habit of making their own sentences. Third area is curriculum area, school stages and assessment. This area focuses on the particular subjects, their importance for child, and necessary changes required in curriculum for making it relevant and easier for children. It also emphasizes on teaching different languages, including the mother tongue of the child. Next area is school and classroom environment. This part focuses on the need for a child-friendly environment by bringing about suitable changes in the school and classroom environment. It discusses learning resources, including texts and books, libraries, educational technology, tools, and laboratories. This chapter addresses the need for plurality of materials and the need for teacher autonomy and professional independence. The last area is systematic reforms. This area focuses on the innovation and reforms required in the teaching methodologies or curriculum or textbooks to reduce the burden and stress of children. It includes the involvement of technology in the teaching methods besides textbooks. Now, a brief outline of NCF 2005. It is strengthening a, it includes a strengthening a national system of education in a pluralistic society, reducing the curriculum load based on insights provided in learning without burden, systematic changes in tune with curriculum reforms, ensuring quality education for all children, language, math, science, social science, pedagogy, work experience, art, health, education, etc. should be emphasized concerning different levels of education. Now, guiding principles of NCF 2005: connecting knowledge to life outside the school, ensuring that learning is shifted away from rote methods, enriching the curriculum to provide overall development of child, making examinations more flexible and integrated into classroom learning, nurturing and overriding identity informed by caring concerns within the democratic polity of the country. Now, some of the important recommendations of NCF are: curriculum should be flexible and meet the specific needs of individual students or group of students. Learning should be made more joyful for learners. Learning should be encouraged to construct knowledge through classroom experiences. Adequate opportunities should be provided to children for enhancing their thinking, curiosity, and questioning in curriculum practices. The curriculum must explore children to practical life skills and work experiences of various kinds. Knowledge should be connected across disciplinary boundaries to provide a broader frame for thoughtful construction of knowledge. Students should be provided tasks that allow the independent thinking and multiple ways of solving problems, encouraging independence, creativity, and self-discipline. An open book examination may be devised. Approach to the whole curriculum should be process oriented rather than product oriented. Care must be taken to ensure that the curriculum does not reinforce stereotypes about preferences, choices, and capabilities of different groups. Peace oriented values should be promoted in all subjects. Curricular practices should be based on the values enshrined in the Constitution, like social justice, equality, and secularism. Activities for developing critical perspectives on socio-cultural realities need to find space in curricular practices. Local knowledge and children's experiences should be essential components of textbooks and pedagogical practices. Recommendations for specific subjects. Language. Focus on all skills. reading, writing, speaking, and listening, implement three-language formula, emphasis on mother tongue. Curriculum should contain multilingual proficiency only if mother tongue is considered as suitable as second language. Mathematics, basic mathematics skills, the like ability to think logically, formulate and handle abstraction should be emphasized instead of formula and mechanical procedures. Teaching of mathematics should focus on child's resources to think and to solve problems. Science. Teaching of science should focus on methods and processes that will nurture thinking process, curiosity, and creativity. Content process and language of science teaching must be according to learners' age and cognition. Science should be placed in the wider context of learner's environment, local and global, enabling him to appreciate the issues at the interface of science, technology, and society. Science curriculum should promote the values of honesty, objectivity, cooperation, and freedom from fear and prejudice and inculcate in learner a concern for life and impersonation of the environment. Social science Social science content needs to focus on conceptual understanding rather than accumulating facts to be memorized for examination. Interdisciplinary approach promoting key national concerns like gender, justice, human rights, and sensitivity to marginalized groups and minorities. Civics should be recast as a political science and significance of history as shaping influence on the child's conception of the past and civic identity should be recognized. Peace-oriented values should be promoted in all subjects through school years. It should form a component of teacher education. Health and physical education are necessary for the overall development of learners. Through health and physical education programs, it may be possible to handle successfully the issue of enrollment, retention, and completion of school. Art education should be recognized as an integral component of school curriculum. Awareness to their relevance to personal, social, economic, and aesthetic needs should be built among parents, school authorities, and administrators. Through art curriculum, students must be introduced to rich and varied artistic traditions of the country. All four streams covered by the term art, music, dance, visual arts, and theatre should be included. Emphasis should be given to learning rather than teaching. The approach should be participatory, interactive, and experiment rather than instructing. Physical environment. The classroom should be well ventilated and have proper light arrangements. List of essential and desirable equipment should be specified, emphasizing the use of local materials and products. The psychological environment. A stress and fear-free environment should be provided by the teachers in the classroom. Teachers should encourage children to ask questions freely and clarify their doubts. Such an environment well facilitates the self-confidence and self-esteem of learners. School must provide equal opportunities to all students irrespective of gender, caste, or class. Inclusion. A policy of inclusion should be implemented in all schools and throughout education system. Participation of all children should be assured in all spheres of life in and outside the school. All children, especially differently able children, should be encouraged to participate in all activities. A common school system should be evolved. It should be ensured that children of different backgrounds study together. Discipline and management. Self-discipline should be inculcated among students. Children should be encouraged to elect their own representative. Corporal punishment and harsh rules should be avoided. Teacher-pupil ratio higher than 1 is to 30 is not desirable. The timings of the school could be decided at each school level in consultation with local authorities. Total number of working days should be 200. Annual school calendar should be decentralized to the district level. Morning assembly time can be used for reading news, performing exercise, singing national anthem, etc. Evaluation. Under no circumstances should board or state level examination should be conducted at class 5, 8, or 11. Class 10th examination may be made optional. Examination with a flexible time limit can be considered as a positive step. An open book examination may be devised. Children should rewrite the answers and these again reviewed by the teachers to ensure that children have learned. Thank you.